Join me as I take on the challenge of setting my boundaries without any apologies and truly mastering the art of self-respect and empowerment. Setting boundaries is an essential aspect of maintaining our self-respect and empowerment. It's a crucial part of taking care of our mental well-being, and yet, it's something that many of us struggle with. We often prioritize others' needs over our own, fearing rejection, guilt, or being seen as selfish. But the truth is, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's necessary. When we try to set boundaries, we often face a multitude of challenges. One of the biggest hurdles is the fear of rejection. We worry that if we say no to someone, they'll no longer want to be in a relationship with us, or that they'll think we're not a good friend or partner. This fear can be overwhelming, causing us to compromise our own needs and desires in order to avoid conflict. Another common challenge is the feeling of guilt. We might feel guilty for saying no to someone, or for not being able to fulfill their expectations. This guilt can lead us to overcommit and take on too much, leaving us feeling resentful and burned out. We might also feel guilty because we're worried that we're not being a good enough friend, partner, or family member. Then there's the fear of being seen as selfish. We might worry that if we prioritize our own needs and set boundaries, others will perceive us as self-centered and uncaring. This fear can hold us back from asserting ourselves and standing up for our own needs. Finally, there's the fear of not knowing how to set boundaries effectively. We might feel uncertain about how to communicate our needs and desires in a clear and respectful manner. We might worry that we'll come across as aggressive or confrontational, rather than assertive and confident. Let's talk about the different types of boundaries we need to set. There are emotional boundaries, which involve protecting our emotional energy and well-being. There are physical boundaries, which involve setting limits around our physical space and body. And there are time boundaries, which involve managing our time and prioritizing our tasks and activities. Effective communication is key to setting these boundaries. We need to be clear, direct, and assertive when expressing our needs and desires. For example, if someone is consistently calling or texting you at late hours, you can set an emotional boundary by telling them that you're not available to chat after a certain time. This helps to protect your emotional energy and maintain a healthy work-life balance. If someone is consistently showing up uninvited to your home, you can set a physical boundary by telling them that you need advance notice before they visit. And if someone is consistently asking you to do tasks or favors that you don't have time for, you can set a time boundary by telling them that you're not available to help. I want to share a personal story that illustrates the power of setting boundaries. A few years ago, I was in a relationship where my partner would consistently call me multiple times a day, expecting me to answer and chat with them for hours. At first, I felt guilty for not being available to talk, and I would often compromise my own needs and schedule to accommodate them. But as time went on, I realized that I was feeling drained and resentful. I knew I needed to set a boundary. So, I had an open and honest conversation with my partner, explaining that I needed more time and space to focus on my own needs and goals. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And you know what? Our relationship actually improved as a result. My partner respected my boundaries, and I felt more empowered and confident. Setting boundaries without apology is crucial for our self-respect and empowerment. When we take control of our own needs and desires, we begin to feel more confident and assertive. We start to prioritize our own well-being, rather than sacrificing ourselves for the sake of others. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's necessary. If you've had any experiences with setting boundaries, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. What challenges have you faced, and how have you overcome them? Share your stories and let's support each other on this journey of setting boundaries without apology. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on self-respect, empowerment, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.